hey, Algoriddim's Djay Pro software just kind of grew up, because this software now works with all kinds of DJ hardware. And it might just be that it works with yours. And if you've been waiting for that, this could be really good news. We'll talk some more about this, including a community Q&A in this live show straight after this intro sequence. I'll see you in 30 seconds time. So announced about an hour ago, is that Djay Pro, the DJ platform from Algoriddim, which works, well, always traditionally on Apple gear really well, including iPads and so on and phones, but also on Windows. We've got some news for that as well. And Android, we've got some news for you Android people as well. It now works with a much wider range of hardware than ever before. This is actually really big news, because we talk a lot about DJ software and about the strange world of DJ software. Frankly, it's something that most DJs just get quite annoyed at the fact they've got to deal with. Algoriddim's DJ software has been very, very good at developing new features and at being cutting edge. And a lot of DJ software isn't, trust me. But the one place where it's always fallen down that we talk about a lot is in hardware integrations. Yes, it works pretty well actually with stuff like this, because they got that right early on. No DJ software is going to be taken seriously if it doesn't work with Pioneer Pro gear. But when it came to controllers and things like that, it was always hit and miss. Ultimately, DJ gear is MIDI gear, which means you can get it to kind of work with DJ software, but it's got to be better than that. In this day and age, people expect to plug it in and they expect it to work. And Algoriddim software, brilliant though it is, has always been subpar in that area, frankly. Well, it's still not perfect, but it's really getting there. So let me explain. There's an article on Digital DJ Tips that looks at this in a little bit more detail, but actually thinking about it, I think one of the best places for me to show you this is on the Algoriddim website itself, because I was looking at it just before coming live, and they have a page where it's strangely hidden actually, this page, but they have a page where they tell you all the hardware integrations that they use. So let's go and have a look at this together. Here it is. Let's reject the cookies, as I always do without even thinking. So look, this is what's strange about it. This is the gear that Algoriddim's 5.2 software, this is on a Mac, works with. And so there's some controllers at the top. We'll come back to some of this because there's actually some big news tucked in there. But down at the bottom, this is the bit I want to show you now. It's probably going to be way too small for you to see. Shall I just try and make it bigger? There we go. Now you can see it a bit better. Look, all the ones with new next to them. So we've got the Alpha Theta Omnis Duo, the DDJ Flex 10. That is huge news. It's a very popular controller. The Rev 5, the Prime Go, and the Live 2 and the Live 4. And this is alongside some of these other controllers. You can see the Prime 4, the Prime 4 Plus is not listed here, but it is actually, apparently, it works with that. The Rev 7. And we've got the T7 from Hercules, we've got the Pioneers turntables, the XDJ RX3 is a new one, the Rane 4, no performer, but we'd hope that would be added soon. The Mixtour Pro, this is a big one. The Reloop Mixtour, I'll talk about the Mixtour in a second, I'll talk about Phase in a second as well. So you can see that there is a lot of hardware integration going on here that's new, and the important thing is they've added the big controllers, they've added the ones everyone's got, which I think is really good. Now, this is something that you just expect with DJ gear nowadays, right? You know, the thing with, for all their faults, the thing with Serato is it does work very well with the controllers that people like, and that just kind of works out the box. Very important because Serato doesn't make its own gear. With Traktor, it's designed for Traktor gear. It works fine with Traktor gear, also works fine with Pro DJ stuff. With Pioneer DJ, Record Box, it works brilliantly with all Pioneer DJ Record Box gear. Of course it does, which means it also works with this stuff. So you've got the odd one out really with Algoriddim's DJ, because it's kind of with Virtual DJ. Virtual DJ is a program that again doesn't have any, very few, let's just say no, official hardware, but it works brilliantly with all the hardware. Virtual DJ is the king software at just working. You plug it in, you know it's going to work with that hardware. And often it'll work better than some of the official integrations, which is madness. But Virtual DJ are brilliant at that, which is why, despite the fact that that software doesn't have all these tie-ins or doesn't make its own hardware, so many DJs just trust it. And that is something that Algoriddim's Djay Pro misses. And this is a massive leap in the right direction because we now have some of the integrations that everyone wants and they all look pretty good. Now, it's not as good as Virtual DJ though. So look, I'm going to be hypercritical here. Algoriddim need to get a team on this full time, all the time, making sure everything just works. Because if they do that, their software is the best software. It is. It's brilliant software. It's let down by the hardware. But let's not underestimate what's just happened. This is a huge leap in the right direction. So well done, Algoriddim. I mean, look, it doesn't work with the screens. Now on this actual controller I've got here, it does work with the screens. Let's just get something playing. So you can see I've got a track here. Obviously the integrations are fine, everything works, the looping works, the controls work, it works even with the little screens down here. But more importantly, it works with this screen here. It's not the most best looking of integrations, but it's there. You've got your waveform, you've got your time, you've got your key, you've got your control that shows you how far this is going to move. What's it called? Pitch range. That's the word I'm looking for. You've got your looping, you've got the deck you're on, you've got your marker, and how far through the track you are. You've got everything there that you would imagine. So the mapping here is good. It's very good. This is the Rane 4 I've dug out for this purpose, by the way. And I'm going to guess the same with the other units that they've added. But the screens don't all work on all controllers, which is poor. You know, again, Virtual DJ, they just do. So Algoriddim has done a really, really good thing here. It's moved very, very much in the right direction. I just want to see them continue because DJ software that doesn't work with hardware is no good in this day and age. It's got to be better than that. So well done, Algoriddim. Now, I said I would talk about some other things. So the Mixtour Pro, designed by our very own Laidback Luke, is a fantastic little controller. Ours is on its way to the studio now, so we can tell you about it. But it's basically a modular controller, a nice little thing. It's an update of the original Mixtour with lots of good features on it. That works seamlessly with the new software. Also Phase. So Phase is the system where you can plug in normal turntables. This I won't get all this out now, but you can find it on the site. So you don't need to use the arms. You don't need to use the arms at all because you put the little phase puck here and it wirelessly talks to the phase box, which plugs into your gear, and then that gives you DVS without any of the fuss. So this is a phase setup, and it now works fine with Algoriddim. Again, really, really good. Lovely to see that. And so they are moving in the right direction, aren't they? Clearly. Well done, Algoriddim. But let's keep that momentum, please. Software's no good without hardware when it comes to DJing. It just isn't. So let's look at a couple of other cool things. This is the Mac version, and down at the bottom of the Mac version now, well, hey, check that out. You've got a light version. So if you're just wanting that white party look, but more usually it's because you're DJing outdoors, you can now quickly flip it into that version there by clicking the little sun icon at the bottom. So nice to see that. Android users have now got Beatport and BeatSource added to their options for streaming, which is great. Windows users, the ARM64 Windows computers now have the modern Neural Mix version 2 that actually sounds good. And they also have the, I think the Crossfader Fusion effects have now been added there, and the fluid beat grids. I'm not actually sure about that. I'm not a Windows user. But anyway, they're getting improvements. This kind of brings me on to another thing, which is it would be nice to see when new features are added, they just get added across all platforms. So you don't have to worry about what you're using. It's just there. But as it is with this software, they seem to add stuff to one and then another, and then this one catches up and then this one falls way behind and then they bring that one up to date. I understand it. It must be very hard. I'm glad I'm not a software developer. But again, let's just shout for the best here. Let's have all the features in everything all the time, please. And if not, then keep adding them at this rate. We'll give you that. So one other thing, now there's a video on the news piece on Digital DJ Tips. So if you head over to the Digital DJ Tips website, not now, because that would be rude. No, you go whenever you want. Head over there and look at Djay Pro 5.2, scroll down and you'll see, as well as the stuff I'm talking about now, you'll see a video. This video is made by our tutor DJ Angelo, who is also a Algoriddim team member, and he goes into a lot of detail about something called Crossfader Fusion. So Crossfader Fusion in the software is a way of blending from track to track using AI and using special techniques, using stems and so on. And it's pretty cool. It's not going to be for everyone, but it's pretty cool. It can do some really cool things. So rather than me tell you about that, afterwards go and have a look at Algoriddim's video that's linked to in our news piece, where Angelo will talk you through that. But the cool thing is it now works with your crossfader on all hardware, which means that whether you're using a Pro mixer or whether you're using a controller or whatever, you can trigger their effects here depending on where you have the curve set to on your hardware. So you can have a smooth curve for some of the effects, and you can have a hard curve for some of the other things. And again, it's all shown by Angelo in that video. It's really cool. And it's good that it's got hardware control. So go and take a look at that as well. I think, you know, we've just about covered everything that they've added there. So we're going to spend a few minutes now, assuming you've got questions about this, chatting to you about that in the community. If you're watching the recording of this and you've got questions, ask underneath, but we're done with the news updates here. I think we probably covered everything. However, you might want to hang on, even if you are watching the recording of this. It was a live lesson originally, if you hadn't already guessed. You might want to hang on, because it's always fun to talk to the community. And hey, you might learn something from the things that people are wanting to talk about. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to leave the gear behind. And we're going to move on now to chat to everyone who's with us live. So hello, folks. I'm now just dialing your comments up on the screen in the background as we speak. Here we go. There you are. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? Hello to all our regulars. Good to have you here. To Kesha and Don and Javaman Sanchez, and to Potato. Hello, Potato, who just says woo over there on YouTube. Hello to Craig and to Charlie. And to Baynard and to Benny as well. Benny, I hope you're enjoying the all new complete DJ course, one of our members there who I was chatting to earlier inside our brand new course. By the way, if you haven't heard about our brand new course, you're going to have to wait, unfortunately, because it's only for our members. However, if you are a member, I think you've got about a day left to jump on that offer we gave you of a half price on it. So do go and have a look and check out your email from us later on. It'll be the first link at the top in our weekly Tuesday tips. So you could just wait for there, click the link, you'll still have time, but grab it because that half price is going away soon. For everyone else, you're going to have to wait, folks, but it is coming for the whole rest of the world soon. Right, anyway, back to Ian, who says, Ian's comment on YouTube, who says, this is actually better than Rekordbox 7. Rekordbox 7 does not support my DDJ-RX, not even through subscription. I'm not happy with that. Well, there you go. Pioneer DJ's own software not supporting its own controller, but apparently you've got this in DJ. So Potato, again, over on YouTube, is just very happy that these crossfader effects are now available. Crossfader Fusion, I think they're called, are now available on hardware. Hello to Lou and to You Don't Like My Music. Good to see you as ever. And Leo over in Venezuela. Hello to DJ Colonel in Prague. Benny says, oh, Flex 10 for Algoriddim software. That is interesting. It is indeed interesting, and that caught Lou's eye as well, that the Flex 10 now works with it. So the Mixtour Pro is not out in the US yet, but it is available in Europe, says Chaotic Ent. I'm guessing that's Chaotic Entertainments. Tyler says, I think Algoriddim's Djay Pro is soon to be the only open DJ software. With Alpha Theta trying to buy Serato, I'd imagine In Music would respond by buying Virtual DJ. Wow, lots of ifs and maybes there, but hey, who knows? This is from Stevie, who says, I'm a long-time DJ user, as in Djay Pro. I've been playing strictly on my iPad ever since the pandemic. Well, maybe you're going to want to add some hardware. By the way, the Mixtour Pro, which we will talk about on Digital DJ Tips soon, we just haven't got around to it, the new Reloop controller designed by our tutor, Laidback Luke, is really good when used with a phone. It's just kind of cool because it's a little controller and you can kind of put your phone at the back, which is how it's used by Luke himself. So I'm using Djay Pro Windows with Pioneer DDJ 400, says Rane, and I play requests with Tidal. Recently, I had to change to my Tidal DJ subscription. It works perfectly though. I started with Djay Pro for Android some years ago since it was the only platform for streaming at gigs. But yeah, you're liking that. But you also use Rekordbox, so there you go. A lot of people use two pieces of software. A lot of people, in fact, I'd say most Djay Pro users, it's their favorite second piece of software because of the way it works. People end up buying a controller, it works with the software that comes with it, they use it a lot of the time, but they've always got Djay Pro in the background. It took them quite a long time to add the Flex 10, says Furza. It was released over a year ago. Virtual DJ usually has support on day one, or at least within one or 2 months. Agree completely. They need to be so on this that it hurts. People just need to trust that Algoriddim will add their controllers when they come out, because if they can't trust that, then there's going to be this disconnect, and that disconnect doesn't happen with Virtual DJ because everyone knows they will add everything all the time. I think if you're a piece of DJ software that is not owned by a hardware company or that doesn't have rock solid licensing with the hardware companies, you have to do this in 2024 as an absolute minimum. And I think I've talked to them a lot about it. I think Algoriddim has to do it, and they have to do it going forward, and they have to show willing. They have to show that they're serious. And even now, even with all this said, they're not showing that they're completely serious. You go to their page where they're listing the gear that works with their stuff, and it's a load of gear at the top, which, yes, it's interesting. I mean, they've added Mixtour and Phase, but this gear, look, what's the Flex 4 doing there? And then the Buddy, which, all right, it's a controller made for DJ, but these are not the controllers that people are using. And what's that doing there? You know, what's that doing there? These are things that they need to tidy up. This page needs to sell the fact that their gear works with everything that you want it to work with in a way that means you're not going to worry about it. Right from the very top of the page, not scrolling all the way down to this bit here. So I'm sure they're on it, but look, you can click on things like this and there's very little going on down there, which is of interest to Android users. Very little, right? So it'd be nice if this was the same on everything. Now, I know that's hard. It's probably impossible, but the closer they can get to it, in my view, the more successful their software will be. And I think they're missing a big trick because they're so good in so many other areas. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm kind of passionate about this because I like to see competition. I like to see things succeeding. And this is the best software in my view. It's just DJ software is nothing without hardware integration. And it certainly isn't the best hardware integration out there. So they're going in the right direction, which again is to be praised. Right, what else are you saying, people? This is from... You Don't Like My Music, talking about the new Mixtour Pro from Reloop, saying hopefully the sound card has been upgraded. I thought the original didn't sound very good. Well, laid back Luke is pretty happy with it, so that's probably a good thing. I'm not knocking Algoriddim, says DJ Mike Marquez, but Windows has a 54% market share. Apple has only 34%. This making features for Macs first is bloody rubbish, lol. They need to step up to be taken seriously. Well, I kind of agree. But at the same time, I think more DJs use Macs than Windows. But I'm not disagreeing with you. I think they should. I think they should just work fine out the box with everything. I'm with you on that one. The pitch control on the fader is really nice. I love it on my Flex 4, says Lou. So that's cool. Thank you, Harmonic Boom on Twitch, for your kind words. And so Jason says, I find Algoriddim a great piece of software. I've used it out at gigs with a Beatport 2 on an iPad. The touch effects are really fun to play with. My biggest issue is I need a separate subscription to use Neural Mix on my Windows laptop. Bit of a pain when I'm already subscribed to the iOS and Apple version. Agreed? Yep. One subscription for everything would be the way forward. I mean, Algoriddim is trying to be the most ambitious software of all. You know, you don't get one subscription for iOS, Windows, Mac, and Android for Serato, because it don't work on half of those platforms, and it's the same with all of them, right? So what you're asking for is probably impossible, but yes, it probably would be good if it could be done. iPad crossfader effects on the hardware. I can't wait to test that on my XDJ XZ, says the rather chatty potato on YouTube today. Good to have you here, my friend. So in my opinion, since I need equipment to DJ, I'm buying equipment that unlocks the software. Says I am a preacher man or I am preacher man. I already have to subscribe to music pools. I'm not subscribing to DJ software too. If it was, it would be to Studio. Right, okay, yeah, so this is a thing about Algoriddim software. You have to subscribe to it. It's not very expensive, but I get what you're saying. You want your hardware to just unlock software. It does, but then you're stuck with the software the hardware came with. That's just life, right? Tyler says, I appreciate the passion that Phil has and the videos. You guys keep up the good work. Hey, we'll keep up the good work. It's what we're here for. We love it. As my mum always used to say, when are you going to get a real job, Phil? Like, well, I haven't, Mum. Right, I think we're going to leave it there. Thank you for joining us. We've been talking about the new Djay Pro 5.2, which has come out today. It's got a nice light mode for Mac. It now works with a load more hardware, which is the real big news, including phase and the new Mixtour. And there's lots of improvements, especially for Windows and Android users as well. So it's not just Apple centric this time around. So well done, Algoriddim. Keep up the good work. Thank you everyone for joining in. But this has been another Tuesday live lesson here from Digital DJ Tips. Students, you can join me for a special bonus Student Live, which will be on Thursday at the same time, and that will be the final live show before we have our summer break. We'll be back in September after that. Podcast people, there will be a new episode of the podcast next Thursday, which will be our Your Questions. Again, that will end the regular podcasts for the summer. However, we have a special podcast series coming for you, which is a 5-parter looking at our 5 steps of DJing success with new information, new thoughts and new ideas around those steps, which of course we talk about in our book, the 2nd edition of which is out now. And this is stuff you won't find in the book and you won't find on the course. So if you're not subscribe to our podcast, head over there. The easiest way to do so is just to go to the Digital DJ Tips website actually, and then scroll down to the very bottom of the page. At the bottom of any page on the website, you will find the podcast. And from there, you can subscribe on any platform that you choose. So come do it. And I will see you there over the summer as we look at these 5 areas. And of course, Digital DJ Tips, the team, the blog and the videos and so on will continue to roll as things happen over this coming holiday period. But I can't wait. It's been a busy year. We've got the new course out. We've got the new book out. We've had a really, really busy first half of the year. I'm taking a little bit of a break as of next week. But like I say, I'll be around, as will the team. So listen, in the meantime, everyone, get good, get out there, make the moments. We'll see you again very soon. Until then, bye-bye for now.